Hi guys, my name is Lelasophia. I am an artist and fine jewelry designer. If you like contemporary fine jewelry, if you like luxury handbags, all things interiors, and I have some fun videos for you. You guys, I am so excited. It is, I think, literally today. I'm filming this video a little bit in advance, so hopefully either the day or right after this video is released, it is officially signifying the beginning of the year of the snake, and as a self-professed snake lover, just like forever, snakes are probably my favorite, one of my favorite animals, definitely favorite reptile. Yeah, she's excited, okay? I have put together some of my favorite snake jewelry, and I can't lie, the list has already spilled over, so this is just gonna be part one. First and foremost, if you guys are new here, thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to see you in all of my future videos. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram at lelasophia jewelry. I put out videos every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and so I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Okay, again, very embarrassing or whatever. I am Moroccan, so I joke that it's like just the funniest thing about myself, very like perpetuating a narrative, but you know what, it's okay. I love snakes, I always have. Fun fact, I can't believe I'm saying this, but literally my very first email address at AOL.com was snakegirl5, and I made that email address when I was like 8. So I'm 31 now. It's, you know, the obsession has never stopped. I love them, and I will include maybe just one, maybe one or two pieces of my own jewelry line, Lelasophia Jewelry, because of course, being in that I love snakes so much, I have carved probably more than I even like realized. I have carved some snakes, you know? So for the last couple of years, I've been trying to implement snake jewelry into my own line. And of course, the most important, most fun part is that I'm doing 20% off the entire website. Use code SNAKE2025 for 20% off. First, I am like, this was just so much fun for me to put together this list, and I'm gonna talk about the most mainstream, I think I can like easily say that, the most mainstream piece first, which is from Tiffany, which, shocker, I rarely talk about like the gigantic big heritage level jewelry houses, but Elsa Peretti, you know, need I even say any more? The snake Bangle by Elsa Peretti, I think, is perfection. If you are someone like me who is kind of going away, I'm currently on the hunt for a buyer, purchase my Cartier Juste Clos. If you're kind of going away, not in a bad way, because I really, really love, and I like wanted that bangle for so many years. If you're going away from the more recognizable styles, shall we say, but you still want a piece from a heritage level house, I honestly cannot think of a better example. This is so perfect. I wouldn't have known that it was Tiffany. I searched and I searched, and I kind of wanted to add in something for everybody into this video, although it's very specific. I think that this is such a perfect example of wanting to get a staple piece where you know your money is pretty safe, you know? Buying a piece from a heritage level house that is solid metal, you're pretty much good. And this design, like, there's something so simple about it. From afar, would you be able to tell that it's a snake? Like, yes, probably, but you really have to get up close and see that. I think that you can blend this in with your own collection beautifully. Again, can you get any more classic than Elsa Peretti for Tiffany? Honestly, possibly not. This is a jewelry designer who I found on Catbird, and needless to say, I'm absolutely obsessed. From the designer Rusty Thought, which, first of all, iconic name, just starting out with that. There is a ring. I kind of actually ummed and awed because I didn't know which one to pick, but this one I think is kind of iconic. The Victorian double serpent ring by Rusty Thought is absolutely stunning. I think it's one of those pieces where, again, like, you could look at it from afar and be like, is that a snake? I can't exactly tell. Like, it's not painfully obvious, but there's something absolutely gorgeous about it. Obviously very intricate. And again, it could almost look like lace, like some sort of, you know, manipulated lace pattern that the designer made in gold, which I think is so beautiful. The price point is incredible. It is so stunning. I think this one, like a lot of, like, who was I talking about in my last jewelry video? Of course, Spinelli. like Spinelli, there's some sort of way in which this piece could go. Like, this piece could be edgy and like a bit gothy. It's giving Nosferatu. You know what I mean? Like a piece that you could be like, oh, is that Victorian? Is it vintage? Where did you get it? Or you could dress it up and make it super high glamour. I think that that is such an important thing when we're talking about fine jewelry, which I love to do. When we're talking fine jewelry, you really want to make sure you're going to, even if it's not wearing the piece every single day, you're going to want to make sure that you love something. And again, you can always pass it on or pass it down, but something like this I think could be versatile enough to add, especially if you love your snakes. And we're just going to bounce right back to another heritage house. The last one I think for this video, again, something not as obvious, but like how could one talk snake videos and not talk about Bvlgari or Bvlgari? I still say it both ways. Again, because I know, you know, not everybody is like me and completely head over heels obsessed with snakes, which I totally understand. But if you still love snakes but don't want something so obvious, look no further than the Serpenti line. Yes, someone like me who, you know, strives to own a really gorgeous, like particularly Bvlgari snake top handle tote bag. Yes, I would like an obvious snake. However, this is also so cool. And again, for some crazy reason, which I actually genuinely don't understand or know, the Bvlgari, like, I don't know a line in the Bvlgari house that is as, you know, trending or has ever had like such a crazy trending moment as, say, the Cartier Love or Cartier Juste un Clos. Even Tiffany was, I would say, definitely on the edge of trending for the last couple years. Bvlgari has really been like the silent killer in all of this, the B0 range. I love so much. I really think that something about the Serpenti, the way that they did it in the more subtle styles, I think is iconic because, again, like myself and like everybody, we know, okay, not everybody might want the most obvious kind of snake. However, it's really unique. The kind of articulated little sections of the gold are so cool. And yet again, this bracelet would so perfectly match with all your Cartier, with all your Tiffany, with all your Van Cleef. Like, hello, I'm curating the stack in my brain. Okay, yes, I realize there's a lot of bangles on this list, so bear with me, but like, I don't know, I think that this category calls for it. From a designer who I've had the utmost pleasure of working with for a very brief period of time, but still in my heart just like lives on forever as being so incredibly iconic, Mr. Anthony Lent. Anthony Lent is one of those designers that I really struggle to find a comparison between Anthony Lent and everybody else. The closest I'd probably say would maybe be BB van der Velden, which was kind of hard. There was a lot of alliteration just in that small sentence. But Anthony Lent, I've always put in a category of his own because talk about like gothic, romantic, dark, edgy, a little whimsical, very fanciful jewelry. Okay, clearly I could talk about him all day. This bangle, the bee, how could I do a snake video without doing a true snake eating its own tail? This bangle is like, I would like it. Okay, I would like it. It is on my own list. There's something simple about it, meaning that it's such a classic reference. And especially in the year of the snake, like when that is a big part of the reference, of the wholeness, of the oneness, of the snake eating its own tail, I think like we had to go literal with one piece at least, okay? Anthony Lent does this incredible thing. This is my last rambly thing that I'll say. Anthony Lent does this incredible thing where he will zoom in. The details of the pieces are so incredible and yet subtle. Like, I don't know how that's possible because I get that that's very oxymoronic, but if you were to zoom in, you'd be like, oh my God, those scales are so intricate and so detailed, but from afar, it looks effortless as a designer. Oh my God, that is so difficult to do, and Anthony Lent just does it flawlessly. Another piece that has lived in my brain rent-free since I, again, have had the pleasure of working with it on so many occasions, very intimately, from Foundrae. Like, duh, how could I not talk about the Wholeness Medallion? I just have to give a round of applause, okay? The Foundrae snakes I think are so gorgeous. They've actually added a lot to their line, I mean in general, but a lot of snakes even to their line since I last worked with them 6 years ago. There is something absolutely stunning and witchy and like really incredible about this piece. I know that was a random description, but I really think that that's true. There's something like a bit auspicious. Of course, opals, if you know, you know. Opals are very auspicious stones in that, and I think at least when I was more familiar with the collection, that it's possibly the only piece of Foundrae's that features an opal. So again, it's like very intentional. The intentionality is so apparent. While I love the more simple snakes that Beth does, this one like wound around itself, and the way that she has cutouts in the medallion, which again, none of the other ones that I was familiar with had. The jumbo medallions were just always my favorite. Okay, I owned the strength medallion personally and wore it for years and loved it so much. The wholeness medallion I just think is incredible, and there's something a bit off the beaten path, a bit out of the ordinary from Beth's collection, and I just love this piece. Again, she just kind of lives in my brain like rent-free all the time. And then is it really bad if I transition to a lelasophia jewelry piece just quickly? Because I love my snakes, you guys. It is really crazy. Insert absolutely embarrassing photos here of the sheer joy. Like I had to laugh at myself. Look at the sheer joy on my, have you ever seen me that happy? I'm not sure. I love interacting with snakes. I really would like to own one. Anyways, we're getting away from the point, but just saying, how cool would a ball python named Picasso be? My dog's name is Matisse, so you get it. Anyways, I love snakes, and the very first collection that I did with snakes was the Zagora collection, which was inspired all by Zagora, Morocco, which is right next to the start of the Sahara Desert. And again, how could I do any Sahara Desert inspired collection without celebrating the gorgeous snakes that are all throughout Morocco? Of course, we love our cobras, but really we have like a plethora of different kinds of snakes. And so the first ones that I did were like featuring these really beautiful orange, brown, reddish yellow stones. And I've gone on and made a bunch more snakes since then. The Eden collection had a couple, had to sprinkle that in because duh, the Garden of Eden. But I have to talk about my favorite snake bangle because I just made it for myself for Christmas. And I'm adding in some more diamonds, but I'm gonna show it to you as kind of like a two-parter, which I think is really fun. What I have right now is just a very simple white, kind of like super milky white diamond, and I use natural stones only. I'm sure you guys have heard my spiels already, or probably on my Instagram or something like that, but I really love the more off the beaten path diamonds because I think that I just think it's kind of like a completely missed market and not enough people know about them or use them or love them. I use literally rough cut, uncut diamonds in some of my pieces, and this one I just loved so much. So I am gonna put some nice, you know, perfectly cut, brilliant cut white diamonds in the tail and the neck, but I also have been loving it plain. I made one for my mom a couple years ago and I've been staring at it since, and so I just made one for myself, and she has been the perfect addition to my stack so far. Tamara, who wears, my god, one of the most incredible pendants I've like literally ever seen in my life. This gigantic, gorgeous, solid gold elephant pendant that she wears by Ole Lynggaard. I might not be saying that correctly, but there you go. That's my best stab at it. I had a lot of fun going through her website, okay? I had quite a bit of fun going through Ole Lynggaard's website and had a difficult time choosing again, like for everything. But then I stumbled across this and I said, oh no, this is the one that we're featuring. The snake choker necklace. I'm on the floor, you know, metaphorically, like this is a snake piece like this. Oh my god, if you can't tell, we've gotten more and more specific as the video has gone on. Something about this, again, there's like an auspicious vibe about it, which I think snakes very much so have. There's something that is so beautiful. It's very darkly romantic. It's just so beautiful. I love that it looks like it literally crawled on your neck, which I'm sure a lot of people might not like, but I am completely obsessed with. And last, okay, let's just go ahead and say I saved my favorite for last. Sorry, not ashamed to admit, but I think we all know how I feel about Alice Waese's snakes. I think we all know. If I haven't made it clear enough, they are my favorite that I've ever seen in my life. And again, I've had the pleasure to work with a lot of fine jewelry in my day, and these, I have been following Alice Waese for literally almost 10 years. And I like specifically remember the time that she first posted her first snake piece a couple years ago, and I was like, done. You won. In my brain, the weird made up imaginary competition of who makes the best snake jewelry, Alice Waese. This one snake ring, yes, of course. Would I heavily take the completely diamond and out one? Absolutely. But for some reason, the double snake that's again like woven in on itself, but then with 2 marquee diamonds and then some little diamonds sprinkled, so there's like a little bit of room left. Wow, we're getting poetic here. In the piece itself for the gold and like the snake coils to be seen. It's a work of art. Clearly I could spend an entire video just on this one very piece, so I will stop myself, but essentially this is gorgeous. Could you imagine this on a pinky, specifically my pinky? I will answer for all of us and say yes. Again, a piece that up close is very detailed and very specific, but there is something a bit avant-garde to the fact that you could wear it and people would be like, oh, what is that? And want to get closer. Oh, these are the things that I get excited about. Thank you guys so much for watching. One of my favorite topics. I feel like I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time, so I hope I didn't disappoint. Again, part 2 is probably coming. I have some on my list, but please make sure to put any snake jewelry that I missed down below. I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye, guys.